Hey guys, so before today's video starts, I want to tell you guys a little bit about something called Kou. It is a new app and it's kind of like a podcast app. Basically, instead of watching me talk for like 20 minutes, you can listen to me talk in a little short podcast about a bunch of different things. I'm going to be doing one tomorrow. So tomorrow is my first Kou. I'm going to be hosting on the app and I'm kind of going to talk a little bit about what I talk about today. So you have to stay tuned for today's video to find out what I'm going to be talking about on Kou. On the app, I'll be able to hear your guys' stories and then I'll be able to respond to your stories and maybe I'll pick some winners for some t-shirts and really cool stuff. So like I said, definitely go check out the app down below. It's just called Kou, K-O-O, and I will be on there tomorrow in the afternoon. I'll put the actual time that I will be on right here when I know, and let's go chat on Kou. I'm super excited. It's gonna be really fun and hopefully something that I will be able to do often for you guys, a new way to connect. So I will see you guys tomorrow on Kou, but now let's get into the video. Hey guys. Want to say hey to them? Hey guys, so today I am telling a story that still hurts my soul because it happened very recently and I just need to share it with you guys because I was not too happy. I'm still not too happy. I'm still very confused by a lot of it, but I'm just gonna spill the tea and let you guys know what happened. Obviously by the title, you can kind of tell what happened. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. About 2 weeks ago at this point, I wanna say like 2 weeks ago, I went home, I went to LA, as you guys know, and then I went home for a music festival, and the night before the music festival, I went out with my friends, and we ended up going to Miami. That's where it went south, right there. That's where we should have known, we shouldn't have done it, we shouldn't have gone, we shouldn't. We had a festival the next day. We shouldn't have gone to Miami, but we did. So we go to Miami and, you know, have a fun night, get into a Lyft. Someone that like I didn't really know ended up calling the Lyft, like my friend of a friend type thing. He ended up calling the Lyft, which was really nice, honestly, because from where we were to where we were going, it was a very long drive. I can't even imagine how much that Uber or Lyft was. I keep calling it Uber, but it was Lyft. Uber would never, but I'll get to that. We get to the kid that ordered the Lyft's apartment. We all get out of the Uber. I get into my friend's car and the other two go into his apartment, I guess to grab some more stuff. And immediately I go, oh my God, Emily, I don't have my phone. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure Jacob has it. Jacob gets to the car and is like, hey, Nicole, you have my phone, right? And I'm like, hey, Jacob, you have my phone, right? And neither of us had each other's phones. So that's when I realized, oh my God, we left them in the Lyft. We immediately told the friend that called the Lyft, and he called the Lyft driver and said, hey, we left our phones in your Lyft. Can we please just like meet you? This is very shortly after the Lyft left. I would say maybe 5-10 minutes after. The Lyft hangs up and we never hear from him again. At this point, I'm freaking out. We go home to my house and I tell my parents, I'm like, my phone is in the Lyft, blah, blah, blah. And my mom has Find My iPhone on my phone. So we start tracking my phone and we basically are watching it drive to Miami. Like we are watching it just go. Just goodbye. We're watching it drive to Miami and it gets to a certain point and dies, and that was the last location we saw. I'll put the location on the screen. I'm pretty sure my mom still has it. It was Mall of Americas, and at night when my mom said Mall of America, I was like, wait, that's out of the state. There's no way. I didn't know that there was a Mall of Americas in Miami, but there is, and that's where my phone, that's the last place I saw it. My phone died and I could still see it on Find My iPhone. Like it was just showing that it was, just the location was not available, but it was, the Find My iPhone was still on. I feel like I didn't explain that right, but whatever, you get my point. I Find My iPhone was still on at this point. The next day, we're like, you know what, let's just go through this day. First day of the festival, not having phones, because I had hope that the Lyft driver would answer and I would get my phone back. At this point, we were constantly contacting the Lyft driver. The person who ordered the Lyft kept trying to reach out to Lyft and the driver, but there was no response, and Lyft was not doing a good job of answering him fast, which is ridiculous, and I'll get to that in a second. I was getting very annoyed because since it was like my phone and it was my problem, I didn't like that someone else had to deal with it. Like, I didn't like that the kid ordered the Lyft had to be the one reaching out and figuring it out. I wanted to be more in control just because it was my phone, and I wanted to be more persistent and just kind of handle it my way, if that makes sense. Not saying that he didn't handle it the right way, I just wanted to be able to handle it my way. I start contacting Lyft, emailing Lyft, and I'm not getting a response. I'm waiting, and of course I can only email them and stuff on my laptop, and I couldn't email them that much because I was at a festival. So only at night when we would get back, I would email them, try and figure out. And the next day at night was when I went to look at my mom's, find my iPhone to see like where my phone was, if it turned back on, if someone charged it. I was trying to call it because I thought maybe if someone answers I could be like, listen, I will give you money to get my phone back. And Find My iPhone was turned off the next day, which basically means the phone is swiped. Once Find My iPhone is gone, that kind of means that like the whole thing was swiped and my phone was gone. Where this gets worse is the fact that, so I have this phone case now. You can buy yours down below, but before this amazing phone case, I had a case that is almost like a wallet in the back. So it was my phone, my debit card, and my ID that all just were gone. It was more than obviously just my phone, which was bad in itself. It was the fact that now I didn't have a debit card, a license, nothing. It was just a very, very, very bad situation. And the reason I say stolen and not lost is because there have been plenty of times that people leave things in Ubers and Lyfts and they get their stuff back. Because if you call the Lyft and you say, oh my God, I left my phone right away, then you're gonna get it back. But the fact that we called the Lyft and he literally hung up, to me, like, and you took my phone, like, it's stolen at that point. Like, you stole my phone. Yes, I do understand that it was my responsibility to get my phone out of the vehicle, and I understand that it was in my wrongdoing that I left my phone in the Lyft, but at the same time, you're an awful person for when we tell you that we left our phones in the Lyft, you just hang up and drive away and drive home and take two iPhone X's. Two iPhone X's, an ID, and a debit card. Like, really? But the weirdest part is my debit card was never attempted to be used. And that's why the whole thing is a little sketch. Like, I feel like, I don't know if my phone is still out there somewhere, just like missing or what, but I'll never know. So I'll read you the emails of what happened with Lyft. I was going back and forth with them and they were so unhelpful. I was mind blown. Like, the amount of issues I've had with Uber, and I've reached out to them and they've always helped me, and they've given me like a phone number to call if I need extra help. Lyft was so unhelpful and just didn't care. I emailed them the next day and said, hi, I left my phone in the Lyft last night. I've been trying to contact the driver ever since and still no response. It is beyond ridiculous that he is not answering and now my phone is probably gone. I need to speak to someone immediately. On the 16th, the next day, they respond and said, thanks for reaching out to us. We definitely understand the urgency of your situation. May we just kindly ask if you provide us some additional information so we can better assist you. So I immediately answered right after, gave them the name of the person, the type of phone I had, the wallet. I explained that I had my debit card and my everything in it and my phone number, gave them everything they needed. They answered the following day and said, thanks for the additional info. I can see that one of my colleagues is already handling the case and the driver has been reached out regarding your missing phone, as the requester of the ride has also reached out. My colleague will be the one to handle this case and keep only the ride requester updated with the status. The ride requester isn't the person who lost the phone. It's my phone. So obviously I want to be updated. Like, I don't really know the person who requested the ride. So I want to be updated on where my phone is, not. So now this is the 18th. I lost my phone literally on the 15th. I would like to also be updated aside from the ride requester since it is my phone and I am not close to the person who requested the ride. He is just a friend of a friend. So please also keep me updated on where my phone is. The 19th at night, they said, we just want to let you know that we spoke to your driver, Robert, and he was unable to locate your phone. Well, obviously, because now it is a week later and either he stole the phone or someone stole the phone out of his Lyft from other rides. Because it is very possible that he left where he dropped us off, immediately picked someone else up, and they saw two beautiful iPhone X's on the floor and swooped them up. I'm not saying maybe the Lyft driver stole stole them directly, but someone stole them in the Lyft. That's when I was annoyed, because at this point it's almost a week later, and I said, okay, so what happens now? Because when I was tracking my phone, it was showing it was in his car. The fact that it has taken 4 days to even get an update from the driver is beyond ridiculous, and the fact that I can't even speak to anyone is even more ridiculous. We began contacting him and Lyft less than hours after we got out of the car, yet we have no update until now. If someone would have answered the day it happened, maybe I would have my phone and it wouldn't have been sold at this point, because that's, I mean, what I thought. And all they said was, thanks for getting back to us. Like, okay, automated system, much. We understand how important it is to retrieve your lost item. And then it basically told me if, you know, you tracked your phone and you saw it was in the car, to call authorities. But it's a week later. Authorities are gonna do nothing, and they're gonna tell me your phone's gone. It's done. So, no. It was just a very frustrating situation, and I'm still dealing with stuff. Like, I just got a license today. I had to go to the DMV, get a new license, and I literally turn 21 next week, so I wanted to wait to get that license, but it's fine. Just spending so much money on things I didn't need to be, and it was just, I don't know. Robert, if you took my phone, rude. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate of people saying you shouldn't have left your phone in the Lyft, it's your own fault, blah, blah, blah. And I do understand, I take full responsibility that I left my phone and that was the consequence, but it doesn't mean I can't be mad that someone stole it. I can still be mad that someone stole it. Of course, anyone would be mad if someone stole their phone. And I like I said, I don't say lost because I didn't lose it. I know exactly where it was. Someone took it from where it was. So that is what you call stolen. I feel like I just said that whole story very fast, and I feel like I'm probably missing some pieces, but bottom line is Uber would never. Uber always answers right away. I wish this was an Uber brand deal. That would be amazing. Uber, hit me up if you want to do anything, because I love y'all, and I will honestly never be using Lyft again. So any Lyft workers, if you're watching this, you're canceled on my end. I'm just not gonna use Lyft, because now I'm worried that if I leave something or anything, I'm never getting my item back, because the drivers don't respond, the workers don't respond, there's no one that I can call. I can only email Lyft. Still very heated about the situation, so I'm gonna try and remain calm. But if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Even though it was a terrible situation, still give this video a thumbs up so I feel better. If something like this has ever happened to you, make sure to comment down below. Maybe it'll make me feel a little bit better that I'm not the only one this has happened to. And of course, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss anything. Like I said, my 21st birthday is next week, so I have a lot of stuff coming. So this is my last kind of sit down video that there's going to be, and the next like 3 or 4 videos are gonna be vlogs. So stay tuned for those. They're going to be crazy. I'm not gonna give anything away, but they're gonna be good. Just stay tuned, just stay tuned. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I will be hosting on Kou tomorrow, so definitely go check out the link down below and download the app. I'm gonna be kind of talking a little bit more about Lyft and Uber and kind of those stories to piggyback off of this one. So if you guys have any questions or wanna share some of your stories with me so I can listen and answer, make sure to go download Kou so we can talk on there. And I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye guys.